Yo, what the man? What the hell was this game? Bro, I'm not even joking. Okay, so the Chargers and the Steelers decided to have the game of the week as well as one of the games of the year. I don't know what I just witnessed here tonight. I did not expect this game to go like this. The Pittsburgh Steelers, they just refuse to die. The Chargers managed to hold on. They almost blew this game. They managed to hold on and they won this game 41-37. I have never seen something like this from the Steelers. I mean, the Steelers went haywire in the fourth quarter. Ben Roethlisberger threw for nearly 300 yards today and 3 touchdown passes. He looked like vintage Ben in the fourth quarter. You're looking at Justin Herbert. He had a hell of a game too. Nearly 400 yards passing and 3 touchdowns. But what was crazy was this fourth quarter. So, okay, first half, it was a 17-7 game. A 17-10 game. It was a 17-10 game going into halftime. Chargers had an opportunity to put up more points, but the Steelers defense made some stops. Okay, all good. We get into the third quarter, and the Chargers take over. All of a sudden, it becomes 24-10. It becomes 24-10, and we're thinking, all right, this is about to be a wrap. Next thing you know, we're in the fourth quarter, and again, it's 24-10. Steelers start to respond in the fourth quarter. Next thing you know, it's 34-20, and I'm sitting there thinking, this game is over. The Chargers have a 2-touchdown lead. Eckler had a hell of a game. He had 4 total touchdowns in this game. I mean, the guy was going off all game. They couldn't stop this dude, so he was straight up balling out. I mean, they couldn't stop him. They couldn't stop him. Eckler went off in this game. They couldn't stop him. But all of a sudden, we're in the fourth quarter. And I kid you not when I say this. The Steelers went haywire. I believe they had 3 points in the first quarter, 7 points in the second quarter, no points in the third quarter. So entering the fourth quarter, the Steelers had 10 points. They would proceed to score 27 points in the fourth quarter, and they almost pulled off the upset. Steelers, all of a sudden, offensively, just got it going. They just got it going. They kept going down the field and putting up points, and they kept this game close. Everyone's thinking it's done when it's 34-10. All of a sudden, it's 34-10. Chargers have the ball. They have to punt, and it's like, okay, they're up 14. They're not going to worry. They have to punt. All of a sudden, bam! Here comes the Steelers special teams. Blocked punt. All of a sudden, they're first and goal inside the Chargers territory, and they have an opportunity to make this a one-possession game. They get the touchdown, and all of a sudden, it's 34-27. Okay, dangerous territory here. Chargers need to be careful. On the following possession, Herbert throws the ball. It gets batted in the air and picked off by the Steelers. They just pulled off 2 turnovers, and they're right back at the goal line. Next thing you know, touchdown again. Now all of a sudden, we're all tied up at 34. Chargers, they get the ball back. Third possession, they're trying to go down the field. Next thing you know, they do not pick up the first down. It's 4th and inches in their territory, and we know the Chargers are going to go for it. The Chargers are definitely going to go for it. They're not afraid of that. They go for it on 4th and inches, hand it to Eckler, and the Steelers defense stopped them. So in 3 straight possessions in the fourth quarter, turnover, blocked punt, turnover on downs. The Steelers' defense was ferocious in the fourth quarter. So they make the stop, and all of a sudden I'm thinking, Chargers done blown this. They had a 14-point lead, and they done blown this game. I couldn't believe it. Defense somehow manages to make a stop. There was one call that could have been pass interference, but the ball wasn't catchable. And all of a sudden, they got to kick a field goal. So they kicked the field goal. Bada bing, bada boom. They're up 37-34. I could not believe the Steelers won on a 17-0 scoring streak. They put up 17 unanswered points and took the lead. Clock is winding down. We're in the final 4 minutes. All of a sudden, I'm looking at the Chargers and thinking, are y'all really going to choke this game? Y'all not about to choke this game. But you know what? Justin Herbert said, nah, man, we at home. We not about to choke this game. Next thing you know, he starts beaming that ball down the field, making plays, and then he hits Mike Williams down the field for a big touchdown. I think it was 50 yards? It was a huge touchdown. He hits him down the field, and then this man just takes off to the end zone. and they take the lead back 41-37. And I'm like, wow, this is looking like the game of the year. I really wish I would have been able to live stream this, but I chose to live stream the Cowboys and Chiefs game. They disappointed me. I would have loved to have been here because this would have been crazy to talk about. My goodness. Could not believe what happened. So it's 41-37. Steelers get the ball back. Clock is ticking. And then the Chargers defense proceeded to shut all this nonsense down. They sacked Ben on first down. They sacked him on second down. Third down, he almost got picked off. Fourth down, incomplete. And the game wraps up like that. My goodness. Let me just get some of these numbers here. Because, they went off, man. Ben Roethlisberger, 28 of 44 for 273 pass yards, 3 touchdowns, no picks. I mean, this guy was doing his thing. Deontay Johnson had himself a hell of a game. 7 catches, 101 yards, and a touchdown. Ebron also got in the end zone, good for him. But, man, Deontay Johnson was making some crazy catches in this game. Man's really worked on his hands during the offseason because he is balling out for the Steelers right now. He's making some catches. He's not dropping the passes like he was last season. But then you look at Justin Herbert, 30 of 41, 382 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the pick that got batted up. But Eckler, man, Eckler went off, man. Eckler really went off. 2 rushing touchdowns for him, 2 receiving touchdowns. He had 6 catches for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns, and he had 11 carries for 50 yards and 2 touchdowns. He had over 100 total scrimmage yards and 4 touchdowns in this game. And then Mike Williams obviously getting the big touchdown to seal the game. I mean, it was crazy. Steelers defense having that sequence in the fourth quarter. Block punt, turnover on downs. The Steelers defense. And they're missing several pieces. For them to pull that off, I'm telling you, Pittsburgh, they refuse to die. They don't go away. I don't care who they're facing. They refuse to die. The Chargers managed to come up clutch. Justin Herbert refused to let them lose this game. Credit to him. But the fact that the Steelers pulled this off in the fourth quarter, man, I'm telling you, this team, you got to be wary of the Steelers. You got to be very wary of the Steelers. That defense, I'm telling you, they find ways to make plays down the stretch and just come up with some clutch plays. Unfortunately, they weren't clutch enough to stop Justin Herbert tonight. But the fact that they had a sequence, they're down 14. The clock is ticking in the fourth quarter. Clock is winding down. It looks like the Chargers are about to get a double-digit win here. And then they have that 3 sequence where they block the punt, force a turnover, and then force a turnover on downs. That defense, man, I can't even believe what I just witnessed here. Man, I really wish I was live streaming this instead of the Chiefs and Cowboys because this was the game of the week. This was the game of the week. I don't know what to say. Between this game and the Vikings and Packers, one of those has to be considered the game of the week. This is one of the best games of the season because that fourth quarter was so chaotic. I cannot believe I saw this. The Steelers put up 27 points in the fourth quarter. 27 points in the fourth quarter. That's insane. This offense couldn't move the ball at all. They put up 27 points in the fourth quarter. They were struggling to get into the end zone. They put up 27 points in the fourth quarter. They almost won this game. They almost forced the Chargers to choke. I couldn't believe it. Credit to the Steelers, man. You guys continue the fight to the end. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks, man. But this is a tough loss for Pittsburgh. I believe what they're going to fall to what? 5-4-1 now. So they're going to be 5-4-1, I believe. Yeah, Steelers fall to 5-4-1. Chargers needed this because Kansas City won today. So the Chargers will move up to 6-4. Still trying to get themselves recovered. They're right behind the Chiefs. Chiefs are 7-4. Chargers are 6-4. We'll see what happens with that. But man, what a crazy game this turned out to be. I was not expecting this. Shout out to the Chargers for getting it done in clutch time. Shout out to the Steelers for never giving up and fighting to the end and almost pulling off this huge, huge comeback. Credit to them. Credit to them. With that being said, that's all I got, man. Football Sunday's over. I'm going to go chill out for the rest of the night. That being said, that is all I got. I appreciate you guys, and I'm out of here, man. Peace.